I'm alive. Hello everybody. How you doing? It's your boy. And sorry if the stream looks like crap. I don't know if it's OBS on my computer, but hey, internet's back. Rejoice. So unfortunately, if I show myself, which you should be able to see now, it looks like crap. It looks terrible. You know, just it's so bad. What am I supposed to do? So I don't know what's wrong with Logitech. The Logitech software's gone to shit. So instead, I will be showing the chat in a little while. As soon as you guys come in. Oh, NC Clark. Hello there. Hello there. I'm just gonna add the chat so you guys can see yourselves. Right. Let's just add that. Let's have a look. So anyway, do you want the story about what happened with the internet? It's bullshit. It's really bullshit. So basically, the network, the service provider, basically had a power cut. Sorry, firstly there was the power cut. The sockets went out, but the lights didn't, and everything else didn't, which was weird. Then the internet stops working. Turns out it wasn't the sockets. It was the internet. There's a problem with the line, which has since been solved. However, the line should have been solved last week. But the guy who came to sort everything out said, "Oh, your hub's the problem." And he also said, "Well, I've got to go and fix the line anyway, so I'll be back in just 30 minutes. 2 hours later, I'm about to text somebody to say, "Look, the guy's been gone for 2 hours. I don't know what's going on." He comes back, does a few things, goes away. He goes to where he needs to go. Internet still doesn't work. And then eventually, a week later, after much complaining to the service provider, I finally get the internet back. So there we go, guys. There's my story. I had to use so much data, you don't know. I'm gonna try and claim it back because it's ridiculous. Nobody should be having to be, you know, played with like that by the service provider. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you know, what is a man to do? So, what's been happening since I've been gone? Did you purchase your UK porn license yet? No, not yet. I think I need like a license for certain acts. Oh wait, no, they're illegal. You can't even do them, even though some of them are like the most tamest things you can possibly imagine. It's not looking good at the moment around here. And then there's videos I wanted to make. I guess I can still make them, but because of the internet problem, I was lacking motivation to actually do anything. Because I'm like, well, what's the point? I make it, but then how do I know I'm going to be able to upload this thing without wasting data? So it was like, what am I supposed to do? It was so bad. I'm not going to stream for long, guys. I'm only going to stream for a little while. But, oh my god. It's been a nightmare week. I swear, I thought I was never going to get back on here. But I am, so that's good. Remember, think of the children. I know, think of the children. Think of the children. Think of the children. I suppose people just want to see me, but again, like, my webcam's gone to crap. I don't know why. I can only do it in 4. It's not even 4:3 ratio. I don't know what happened. It just went to shit. I don't know what the hell happened. It's just really annoying. I guess if I do show myself, but then I'm showing myself twice. Watch this. Nobody wants to see me twice, but I don't have any animations anymore because I lost the Animated Tails thing. It's so annoying. I can't show myself like that. That's ridiculous. It's unbecoming of me. Oh my god. Let me sort some stuff out. So anyway, I've been reading. I guess I can show my face. It's just not the same, is it? It's just something I'm gonna have to look into then, because Logitech changed the system, or like some kind of software bullshit. Boy, I got. So anyway, what's happened, guys? Because I have been following a few things. So if you want me to talk about these things, I will discuss said things. So hit me with it, guys. I need it. I need some stuff, because I've told you my story. There isn't really much to it, and there are things I want to make videos on, but I actually have to do some viewing first, and I can't view it right now as I am currently streaming for a couple of minutes. So there is that. Suppose oh no, I can't talk about that thing right now, because what I was going to say, because I want to make a video on that myself. History video will be postponed. Well, at least the research for it. Financial reasons. I have to save up for something. Very important. So the books have to take a back burner, I'm afraid, guys. Not much we can do. Are you listening on a cell phone? Is it too low? I don't think it's that low, but I can raise it for you. Hang on a sec. It's at full volume here, guys. So it's probably you. Is it? How is it low? It shouldn't be low. Hang on. It shouldn't be that low at all. That's why. Oh my god. OBS lied to me. See, OBS is crap these days. And I also know what the actual issue is. Hang on. We need to do some permanent changes around here. See, this is the new computer, so not everything is still sorted out. So let me just sort this out. If Windows 10 would even let me. Hang on a sec. I will sound better now. Angry Emu, how you doing? Now, what am I looking for? It's here somewhere. Ah, here we are, devices. And yeah, it is better, but I need to make sure it's permanently better. Sound settings, here we are. Much better. Now I'm in the place where I need to be. Right, I just need to find... That's it. Done. Now it should not be going quiet whenever it wants to. We also need to disable one mic. There we go. Voila! Am I not the most unboomerist boomer you have ever seen? It's also a bit late as well for a stream. I should have been streaming at least an hour ago, to be fair. But oh well, you know, I was tired and I just got home from work, so forgive me, guys. But anyway, so Tim Pool apparently. There's one thing that I wanted to make a video on: the Tim Pool thrashing of Jack. That was quite funny, wasn't it? And there was this guy called his surname was Merchant, and basically he was complaining that Tim Pool is like a he's basically a Nazi who's lying about how people are getting censored online, and that he's just making excuses. He's just trying to help the fash, isn't he? You know, and bloody Melon, you know, the bloody meme reviewer 1.0, Anthony Fantano, decided to retweet that guy. It's like, come on, you of all people should know that what Tim Pool is talking about is actually happening and is true. You yourself was kind of subjected to something similar, although this was more of an in real life attack, whereas they didn't ban you from social media, they just got your talk cancelled. But you know what? No, rather than fight these people, you would rather kowtow to these people. Anthony Fantano, fuck you. Your meme status should be rescinded. You are no longer a trustworthy source. Just maybe for music reviews, but he's a he's a cuck. I can't. Why would anybody do that? Why do people do this? Like Dick Coughlin's the same. He's the same. He's been slandered twice in that community over bullshit like sexual harassment allegations. Yeah, believe me, twice, and they're all bullshit. You would think they would Me Too him, but they have failed. Instead, he goes around attacking people who actually were the first to defend him. I mean, he was grateful for it in private, but it's fair enough, you know. But yeah, he's attacking the same people who were the first to come to his defense, because ultimately politics is more important than decency, I guess, at least in public. But yeah, he should have known years ago that these people were not somebody not people he needs to be associating with. This ideology is cancerous. When him just having normal relationships with women, well, not normal, but you know, normal-ish. You know, consensual things online, sharing each other's pictures. That's not something that's considered harassment, in my opinion. It was consensual, but I don't know. You tell me. The politically narcoleptic lack practical skills like coding. Well, they lack practical skills like cooking, let alone coding. I mean, well, even I can cook a few things. Yeah, I'm not completely terrible at cooking. I was pretty good in cooking class. I made a decent curry. But yeah, oh my god. Shout out from privilegey shitlords. Yeah. Dick pics of violins. It's actual like PTSD inducing pictures, isn't it? It's kind of like that new game that's come out, Rape Day, was it? I mean, literally, it's just a reference to Rape Play, which was another game that was banned. I don't know if it was banned in the West, but it's certainly getting a lot of controversy. You know, it's nothing more than a stupid fantasy game. It's not real. Nobody's going to get raped. Nobody's going to be influenced to rape or anything like that. Yet these stupid Western video games journalists decide to create a bloody... Oh, it just annoys me. These stupid moral panics over shit like this. Like, the game has probably just been made for a meme. I mean, look how bad it looks. But now it's got a load of publicity and people are going to buy it wherever they can buy it. Forgive the redacted messages. My husband is drunk. Get him off the computer. Yeah, we have an alcoholic in the chat. Now I'm only talking. He's angry Emu. He's all right. He's just merry. I don't know why. Maybe he just missed me. Did you guys all miss me? Even though I did release a video, which surprisingly got some stupid comments from Tommy Robinson fans. It's like I wasn't even disagreeing with them, and they're just like, "Me, you said this, me." And I'm just like, well, guys, we're not really in disagreement here. Calm down. Not everybody hates him, you know. Rape a Man comic live action movie. Whoever, I don't know who Matt is. I assume that's him. I think you just doxed him. You shouldn't say his name if he doesn't want it out there. This is getting weird in the chat, guys. This is getting weird. I come back for a nice, relaxed, short stream, and everybody's drunk apart from me. I bet it was like, no, don't say my name, honey. How dare you? I want a divorce. It's happened to all of us. But anyway, if you guys want to know who did the art, this guy called Skalk. He's a South African, and he's a talented guy. You should check him out if you want to get a commission. It's on his Twitter. So anyway, what was I going to talk about before? Hello, Jax. There was something else. Well, apart from the Tim Pool thing and like the melon stuff, like. And the British news, which I don't really want to talk about because I just want to make a video on that and save it for later. But when going gets weird, the weird turns pro. It does indeed. You found the right-wing version of David Sharat. Well, we're just here to relax, CEO. Don't worry. We don't need to see it right now. We don't need to see this guy. And besides, he's probably not as bad as David. Nobody is as bad as David himself. I did see a few people. I did have noticed though, in regards to Shamima Begum, people seem to be really falling for her feminine charms, aren't they? Like, she's somehow just convinced people that she's totally not this intelligent person who's a bit of a sociopath who can think for herself. I mean, I was recently I've been doing a lot of reading while I was away from the internet, and I read a book called The Clash of Civilizations. And basically, from what I can gather, I mean, this was written in the 90s, but close enough to the 2000s that it can still be considered relevant. I mean, it is considered relevant, more the idea behind the Clash of Civilizations. But the rise of Islam, like this whole, I guess you could say, not reformation, but a rise in popularity within their own culture, when before this whole fundamentalism, this return to conservatism, was seen as backward. You know, Turkey was literally trying to abandon that shit until very recently. These weren't people being brainwashed. These were people returning to like shit. Bollocks. These were people returning to what they considered made them strong in the first place. This was a conscious move into fundamentalism, and it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people in the West are thinking of the same thing. You know, whether they be converts, whether they be already following the religion. I mean, do you have to be brainwashed to become more radical? I don't know. I mean, she could have been. A lot of people are, but I don't know. That word, it seems to be used as an excuse, and I agree. Hate the virus, not the victim. But is she really that much of one? I don't know. Berencap, your internet's back too? Nice. Returning to shit. Well, my computer decided to slow down as well as soon as I got back on it, which is annoying because without the internet it was fine. I had to do loads of updates as well. I reckon I've got loads of software updates I've got to do. Oh god, a week and everything's gone back. It's just so derailed. Everything. It's amazing how much the internet is so important for everybody's lives. Like, it shouldn't be that important, but it is for literally everything. And it's really, really frustrating. You don't have it for a week, and you just feel helpless. Whoops. You feel helpless and frustrated because you have so much stuff you need to do, because everything is online these days. But I'm glad to have it back. Mobile data is terrible, guys. Never upload on mobile data. Mind you, though, that video is in 4K, and it seems to have done recently well with my phone, but I had to buy more data for it. Oh. Anyway, more videos eventually, guys. Don't worry. I've been slacking and also had things go against me, which I did not anticipate. But don't worry, things should get back on track very soon if my service provider decide not to mess with me again. Also, notice this Andrew Yang guy. I kind of want to make a video on him. Like, this guy has become a meme. Like, apparently it's some Discord. Somebody needs to show me this Discord. Like, I want to make a video on him, but I want to tell it, who the fuck is he? Because from what I can gather, he's just some socialist guy who's become a meme, even though what he's saying is not even memeable. How is he memeable? He's a forced leftist meme, isn't he? That's what he is. And I see people who I used to assume had good dank taste in memes, like Yax. Jump on the bandwagon. Yax, what you doing? What are you doing? He's not a meme. What's he said that's actually memeable? Oh, universal basic income. Wasn't that a meme? Didn't somebody else meme that already? Andrew Yang is not a meme. The book's thesis is almost quaint. Well, yeah. I mean, he didn't predict everything. Some things were worse than he predicted. Other things were better. So I don't think the whole of Asia has decided to bandwagon on China. I think they may have done or thought about doing it in the 90s, but I think they've quickly learned, at least South Korea, and they said South Africa then, South Korea and Japan and Taiwan especially, and even Hong Kong, have learnt that, oh yeah, socialist hegemon in Asia? No, thank you. I mean, he also probably didn't anticipate... Well, no, he did think that the Koreas would be reunited in 2010, when it's probably going to be 2030, to be fair, but who knows? Maybe it won't be united. Maybe it'll be kind of like Northern Ireland and Air, but I don't know. He is a single issue candidate. I mean, look, automation is happening, but it's going to be really slow, guys. Like, we won't even realise it's happened. Like, how many people realised that we've already kind of half automated cashiers, and yet we still have loads of cashiers? And the reason why we have loads of cashiers is because the technology is rubbish and doesn't work all the time. What do I think about the lion sleeps tonight meme? That's a meme? A Wimboe? I assume it's not very dank. Gillette logo in the video title is still a nice touch. What was that in Yang? In Yang's video? I don't know. But yeah, he's not a meme. I don't consider him a good meme. And I love how some... Who was it? Was it the Young Turks? I don't know. Somebody online said that, is he out memeing Trump? Like, nobody can out meme Trump. Yang is nowhere. Yang isn't fit to lace his memes boots. True, 10 years ago hardly anybody had smartphones, but smartphones aren't automation or anything, it's just a new fad. You know, it's a new technology to communicate with people. It's not like automation. But like I said, it creeps up on you, you don't realise. But even then, like, we've had mobile phones for nearly 50 years now. You know, 1979 was it, the first one? Yeah, nearly 50 years now, guys. 50 years since mobile phones were invented. Well, maybe the technology was already around, but yeah, we already had mobile phones. This was just the next evolution. But as for automation, AIs are rubbish. Have you seen how YouTube's algorithms work and how Twitch's algorithms and Google's, all that? That we're well behind. I wouldn't worry too much about automation, but when it does hit, well, when we do finally have driverless cars that won't break down easily and stuff like that, or whatever the problems they have at the moment, then we'll have an issue. And I think it'll be worse than the transition from the industrial age to the information age, I think, because I think we'll find even more people struggling to adapt to new ways of finding work and working, because then we'll really have to learn how to code, and I don't know how they're going to get everybody to learn how to code. But the thing is, I just have a really bad feeling that it could hit, full automation could hit, and we're not in a post-scarcity society. Like, that could just feasibly happen, you know, guys. It's not beyond the realms of impossibility. The Yang memes are entirely a project of disillusioned white nationalist Trump supporters. Doubt, but okay. They want an Asian guy who's a socialist to what, be a meme? That's weird. I mean, I don't know why. Just post helicopter memes if you want to do that. Even if you're drunk, you don't trust the crypto. Okay. Fair enough. All Cali YouTubers were replaced by robots. Coward, yeah, true. I wonder who you're referring to there, Clark. It's not an iDubbbz clone by any chance that you're referring to. No one's disillusioned with Trump. He made even Kim Jong-un bend the knee. Well, yeah. But the problem that you guys have got is, when he finally has his second term, who replaces him? Because I can guarantee you the Republican establishment will not want to have Trump's legacy remain. I think they would much rather it not stand. That means you need to find somebody who is a worthy candidate who will continue his good work, basically. That's what you'll want. If you guys want his, you know, what he started to continue, don't let the establishment guys in, you know. And I would say the same to Democrats. Like, if you want to win an election, Tulsi Gabbard is your girl, you know? Mommy Gabbard. Oh, now there's a sexy MILF if ever I've seen one. Oh, I want her to be my president. But, yeah, like, she's the future of this party. I mean, yeah, she's still a bit balmy on a few issues, but, like, she's better than Hillary. She's better than all of them. Who is better than Tulsi Gabbard in the Democrats? I can't think of anybody. I can't think of anyone at this present moment. I'm struggling. I mean, it's like in the UK Labour Party, there's nobody apart from old Dennis Skinner, who's like gonna die any year now. Apart from him, who in the Labour Party has any principles, any just respect from both sides? Like, just who could be a viable alternative if they were young enough? But I don't know. Well, there was Trump Jr. does what a run, doesn't he, or something? Elon Musk. Can he even run? I don't think he can run as president. He was born in South Africa, wasn't he? I mean, he could be a vice president though. You know, they didn't. You don't have to be born in the US to be in the cabinet though. Trump has reneged on the most important issue, immigration. Well, his whole deal was legal immigration, not legal immigration. He never really spoke out against legal immigration. He spoke out against illegal immigration, which he is actually taking steps to do, like to solve. But who's trying to stop him, and who's kind of succeeded to such an extent that he needs an executive order to push through the wall? I don't think he's reneged on it. I mean, the fact he wants more legal immigration was quite telling, but not. I don't know if it was necessarily surprising though. I don't think he reneged. Again, he never called that out. So, Jess Phillips wants to be Prime Minister. Well, I heard about that, and some guy was like, "Oh yeah, Jess Phillips. Oh, I like her. Yeah, I think she'd make a great Prime Minister." Some like Labour MP. I'm like, dude, pull your trousers up, all right? God, she's a married woman. God help us if she became Prime Minister. We need you on with the honey badgers. Guys, I'm working on that, don't worry. Plus, I've got videos with them, so it's not like we've never been together in the same room before. But, yeah, me and Doge, we're working on something. We're working on a fireside chat, don't worry, guys. So, just watch this space. Oh, my fucking nose. Ugh. Ugh. Right, I'm alright now. Ugh. My nose is itchy, I don't know why. Ugh. Don't worry, Jess Phillips will never be Prime Minister. I'm sorry, she wants to be, but she never will be. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We'll be fine. But that said, I can see it happening. Even though she never will be, I can see it happening. It would be frightening and terrible. I don't even... Yeah, well, yeah, he did fantasize over it, I guess, didn't he? Oh, God. What is it with OBS, man? It's not even updating your thing. There it is. Now it is. Well, you know, I mean, it's the Labour Party, guys, you know. See, I hate the Tory Party more than ever, you know. I just like how they continue to never be likeable, but they'll always win elections, because they're always, for a lot of people, you know, the lesser of two evils. Even though they literally are the biggest cooks, and they are also the most, like I blame the Brexit Tory MPs for this debacle that we're currently in. I blame them, because they didn't even bother to rebel against their own party. They just stood in line and bent the knee. They've showed themselves to be sheep. Rees-Mogg, who else? Bojo, the other guy who was meant to be leading the negotiations allowed himself to be basically sidestepped. You know, he didn't. He resigned, but he didn't fight for his position, I guess. I mean, he didn't even try to raise anything in the party. Bojo and Rees-Mogg should have ran for the leadership, and I reckon they probably would have won. I mean, he was in the lead, wasn't he? And he backed out, and it's like, how could he back out? I don't know. He was definitely not losing to May. I blame them. I don't. Everybody else has, you know. I mean, the Labour MPs. What can they do? Who voted? You know, who? I don't know. What could they do apart from the ones who are obviously Remainers who want to railroad everything? But the thing is, I saw some like passport adverts about what you should do if you get if you want to renew your passport, and it's like, well, the 29th of March might never happen. If Corbyn becomes Prime Minister, then anything can happen. Well, firstly, he will send us down the path of Venezuela, obviously, and he'll keep us in the EU, because the guy was probably lying about all that crap in the 80s, to be fair. When I think about him, there's some things that he was probably lying about, and some things he was obviously telling the truth about. Dominic Raab, that's the guy who was the supposedly the negotiator. I mean, I don't know. Also, to some extent, I do blame us, the public, for not voting in a party that would actually sort this shit out. Who would know what they're doing? We all know who they are. It's a monster raving loony party. But yeah, we didn't vote the right people in. You're looking for me in the Discord? Well, I'm right there at the side. Lord Admin, you know where I am. Anyway, how long have I been going? 14 minutes. Hoard my toilet paper, I know. Hoard my toilet paper. Oh. To think I actually, a lot of us were kind of excited that he was a Labour leader, but it turns out we didn't know how bad he actually was. And the thing is, I can't but feel that he radicalised himself even more, or just showing his true colours. Like, he's always been somewhat. We should have. But I don't think I had a candidate anyway. The thing is, I don't think he will become president, though. I don't think he will become Prime Minister. I think. I think he will be he will be kind of like Kinnock, like he nearly made it, but but the thing is, like, who's the alternative? Like the quote unquote right wing of Labour have left, well, at least some of them, and they're no different really. They're no different. They only left because of the anti-Semitism stuff, really. H-Bomber guy is losing his shit. Oh well, what's news there? Oh yeah. I remember that. And still to this day, I get people who I know making excuses for him in the Labour Party. And like, with all the stuff that's got, and they even talk about the BBC. Like, they ask me, do you think the BBC has a left-right bias? And I always say to them, well, the BBC will have to bias whoever's in power, or whoever runs the entertainment and the media. That's my answer. And at the moment, who do you think? Who do you think runs it? Who do you think their bias is towards? And besides, the government themselves, economically, they're not Keynesians, I think, although maybe some of them are. I don't know. The typical Tories on that front. But socially, surprisingly, they're not. It's weird. They're kind of a mishmash at the moment. Because remember, they're trying to. It's weird. It's like, on the one hand, they're trying to appeal to the electorate, but they also try to appeal to the bloody Bay Area types, or at least the British equivalent. Like when people say that they're not really Tory, it's like, well, they define it, I don't really buy that they're not. But I don't know. Anyway, guys, we're approaching the end, so if you guys want to start asking questions and I will answer, please do. I don't get why anyone anti-SJW, anti-fems are back Corbyn. Well, they switched, didn't they? They switched. I mean, we did it. I mean, you know, I thought he was a good appointment at first because I thought, well, actual candidate for once. It's not just some globalist. Oh, international socialist. No. I didn't realise how bad he was. A lot of people didn't. And then people use that to bash us. Like, well, we can change our opinion on somebody. God. I do think it's going to happen, though. I think Brexit's going to happen. But then again, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm trying to remain optimistic that they won't balls it up and that they will respect democracy, because I want to make a short video directed to Remainers, because a lot of them, I don't even know if it's a majority or not. I don't think it is the majority, because most of them just want it to be over and done with. I want it to be over and done with. But I want to say this to them, like, if you celebrate, if it does happen, if Brexit doesn't happen, if the democratic will of the people is ignored, regardless of what you think, how people came to that conclusion or not, or whoever makes up the audience, like, I will get into a little thing that pissed me off recently, but but if you truly celebrate this, and if you really think that trying to get another referendum at the expense of most of the population, regardless of how small that percentage is a good thing and should be celebrated and should be done, then you have no respect for democracy. You are the opposite of a democratic individual. You're an authoritarian, basically. You are not democratic. You are illiberal, and I think you should take a long, good, hard look at yourselves and think, am I really holding democracy in contempt? Because that's exactly what you're doing. And let's be fair, a lot of the reasons why a lot of these people say that, oh, they were just uneducated about these things, oh, they were just ignorant, is because that's how they view the working classes. That's how they view all the people who voted for Brexit, just ignorant oiks who didn't know what was good for them. But these people, these bourgeois, or just, you know, mostly, it was bipartisan, but let's be fair. Okay, I can't say left or right wing. I can only say, I guess you can argue, Europhile, globalist. I don't know. I can't think of a word for it. But basically, it's the, you know, the types. You know, you should be like, we Europhiles know what's best for you because we're Europhiles, basically. Ah, God, I hate that. And then Will Self, he was on Politics, wasn't he? Politics show, and he was debating this guy called John Francois, not to be confused with the JF, by the way, guys. This is a British guy, and he basically provoked him. He was winding him up and got him to say the words he should not have said, which it's not bad, but he said, I'm offended by that statement, because he basically said that it was an interesting thing that he said. He said that the people who voted for Brexit, they seem to attract, I don't remember, how did he say it? He basically said that that the people who voted Brexit also happen to be the same people who are anti-Semitic, or as he said, anti-Semitic, because he can't pronounce it right. Yeah, anti-Semites he calls them, because he's a fucking idiot who thinks he's smarter than he actually is. That's not how you pronounce Semite, but whatever. Yeah, basically saying that anti-Semites and racists vote Brexit, even though he had no evidence, and he admitted he had no evidence that they did. And despite the fact that we can probably come up with 5 examples of Remainers being racist, actual racists, whenever they bring up one, when they actually make some kind of vague platitude towards people who vote for Brexit. And Jean-Francois, he was offended, and the thing is, Will Self, even though I don't think he's as smart as he thinks he is, he's not entirely stupid. He worded it in such a way that he knew Jean-Francois would take it the wrong way, and would assume, because he heavily implied that all Brexiteers are racists and anti-Semites, which is just projection, because it's his side that actually are, you know, but whatever. But basically, Jean-Francois took the bait. He baited him, got him wound up, and basically Jean-Francois should have been the one doing that. What Jean-Francois should have done, what John should have done, was basically just say, oh, well, okay, you say that then, give me an example. And then he can't give you an example because he doesn't have any evidence, he has no empirical data to back that up because he admitted it. The point is not that anyway. But then you say, well, I've got 5 examples of notable Remainer MPs or supporters who are racist or who have said racist things. And then you posit to him that, and then watch him flounder. Be calm and reasonable, because I do know anger is okay. You can be angry, but when you're in a debate like that, you can't lose your cool. And he lost his cool, and Will Self won through optics, even though he didn't win through argument. But yeah, I don't like the guy. He's everything that's wrong. Like everything that's wrong with bourgeois society in one person, and that's Will Self, basically. And I remember he was in this documentary with a comedian called, well, he's even a comedian, he's more of a meme, Carl Pilkington. It was about intelligence, nothing to do with race or anything. It was about Carl himself and, you know, what makes a person smart. And because basically Carl Pilkington has a reputation of being a bit dim, but I don't think he's dim. I think he's different, because dim people don't question everything. He questions everything. He comes up with the weirdest things. He questions the things that people usually don't question, and that's not the mark of a stupid person. I mean, he comes out with stupid shit, but nowadays he kind of, you know, hams it up a bit, plays the fool when he didn't used to. But I wouldn't say he's stupid. And Will Self just, he gets his ball and he knocks it on his head and starts talking gibberish about IQ or whatever, and then treats him like crap, basically. Just talks down to him, looks down on him, and is like, see, if I could find it on YouTube I would have posted it, but I couldn't find it. But it was a really good documentary, and there was another woman who was probably posher than Will Self just saying, you're not stupid, you're fine, IQ is like, it's not even the be all end all and stuff like that. And it's like, good on you. At least you didn't treat him like crap, you know. I forgot who it was, but he was a pretty decent person. The UK will be glad when Euros all have shock collars installed to prevent any bullying. Well, they don't even need to do that. They don't even need shock collars. James Woods triggered Movie Bob. Who cares about Movie Bob? He gets triggered at everything. This conversation reminds you miss... I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who Progressive Dad is. I assume he's just some guy. I don't know. Like I said, Brexit was a bipartisan issue that was misconstrued to be right or left wing by the establishment and the media, because let's divide everybody over this thing when it's already as divided as it could be. It's kind of like well, actually, you know what? I was going to say Scottish independence, but that was actually considered bipartisan for whatever reason. By the way, do you think that anybody think the Scottish Nationalist Party are going to survive the next election? Because I don't think they will. Oh. Mogmentum being retweeted saying that we should call their bluff and leave. Well, what's their bluff? They literally don't want to deal with us unless we accept vassalage. I don't know who James Woods is, and I don't remember him being in Gamergate. What is Wosley smoking? I don't know. Probably nothing. He's a drinker, remember. Anyway, I think I should end this stream. I will be back. Oh no, everybody's turning up again now, but sorry, I've got to eat my tea. I need a drink. I am parched. New videos on the horizon. Watch the space, guys. Don't forget, I think I do have super chats enabled, so if ever you guys ever want to super chat me in future streams, please do. Tankill destroying the SNP. Well, he only destroys them when it comes to free speech and stuff, but not Scottish independence. Because he is a nationalist, And like them, he shares interesting opinions on that, but whatever. I've got to go, guys. So, I'll see you later, guys. Have fun. And remember, I'm back, bitches.